The types of spyware that are mostly used to target journalists these days are mainly types of spyware that go after the phone. Because people's phones, if you think about it, have a huge amount of information about their day-to-day activities. And some of the main spywares that we see going after phones include things like Pegasus, which is a product of NSO Group. They sell this Pegasus spyware to governments all around the world, and then the governments can use it. The spyware is sold to go after criminals and terrorists, but often we find it misused to go after journalists. And of course, Predator is the other big one from the company Citrox, owned by Intellexa. The Predator spyware was used by a number of governments, including the Greek government. And the way that this particular spyware works is the government, whoever's using it, will send a link via SMS, maybe via WhatsApp or email, via some method to the target. And then the target will click on the link, perhaps. If the target does click on the link, then the spyware is installed on the phone by exploiting vulnerabilities or bugs inside the target's web browser. And the attacker will design the link to include interesting content in order to try and convince the target to click on it. And those sorts of lures are often very successful for journalists who, as part of their day-to-day work, are receiving all kinds of new information or new contacts from people they might not know. So there are, in fact, other types of spyware where the target does not need to click on a link in order for it to work. That sort of technique is called a zero-click. In other words, the target doesn't need to do anything. They might not even see anything on their phone. It might be completely invisible, transparent to the target. These zero clicks work by exploiting some sort of vulnerability in app or in code that your phone is constantly and automatically running in the background. So if you think about your phone, imagine it's sitting in front of you on a table, the screen is off, and then all of a sudden you hear a ding, you get a notification, right? You might see a message on the screen. In order to generate that notification and generate the preview, there is code that is running that is processing this message that is sent to you. So if the attacker can somehow find a bug or a vulnerability in this code, then they can use it to hijack and take over the phone. But fortunately, there are ways to prevent this. One of the things that it's important to emphasize is a lot of the techniques do involve this social engineering of trying to convince the target to click on a link. So being much more careful about clicking on links, like if you see a message that has a link in it, or you see an email that has a link in it, and you're not sure about who sent it, one of the good things that you can do is think, well, is there any other way that I can obtain the promised information? So for example, sometimes the spyware disguises itself as, like a package tracking notification. You'll get a notification saying, oh, DHL shipment number 5678 is scheduled for delivery. Click here to manage your delivery settings. So what's an alternative? Well, you could take that number in the message, the tracking number, and just open your web browser, go to www.dhl.com, and type in that tracking number instead of clicking on the link inside the message. Journalists who are concerned that their devices might already be infected, that they might have already been subjected to an attack, can always get in touch or contact organizations that are out there that are equipped to assist them with these sorts of digital security concerns. A great example of this is Access Now, which is an organization that runs a digital helpline. And this is the place where you can raise concerns like, ooh, I think there's something wrong with my phone. I think it might be under surveillance. I think I might have clicked on a dodgy link, or ooh, I got this really suspicious looking message. Can someone take a look at it? And of course, in certain cases, journalists can also contact other organizations like my organization, Citizen Lab, or Amnesty International's Technology Lab, which is similar to Citizen Lab. Those organizations are more research focused rather than equipped to support large numbers of journalists, whereas the Access Now digital helpline is more sort of a frontline resource for journalists, and they can escalate cases to Citizen Lab or Amnesty or other groups who can provide further assistance if necessary. One of the most important pieces of advice that I can give journalists, or really anyone who wants to keep their communications private, is to make sure that you're communicating using secure communications apps. So things like placing a regular phone call on your phone or texting just a regular SMS, these sorts of methods of communication are not encrypted. It's pretty easy for the government or even people who aren't the government to intercept this sort of communication. So my advice would be make sure that you're communicating amongst yourselves, with your organizations, with your sources, using apps like Signal or like WhatsApp, which have strong end-to-end encryption, meaning that the government can't see what's going on. Even if they wiretap you, they're just intercepting your internet traffic, your phone calls. They won't be able to hear the WhatsApp calls. They'll have to infect your device in order to do that. But it sort of raises the cost, right? Because it's much more expensive to attack your device with Predator, let's say, than it is to flip a switch at the telecom company and make a copy of your calls. So raise the cost to attack you by using these secure communications apps. The other thing is install updates on your phone. So I know that we've all had this experience where we're working on our phone and all of a sudden it pops up, new version of Android available, or iOS 16 is available, please install. And there's the option like install now or wait till tomorrow. Well, don't wait till tomorrow, because these updates fix very important security issues, some of which can be used to install spyware on the device. And the longer you wait to install them, the more vulnerable you are. Because once the update is released, then knowledge of this issue or this vulnerability in the phone or the computer begins to spread, and more people can weaponize that and use that to spy on you. So the best course of action is try to install these updates as soon as possible.